Hey everyone, welcome back. We're here in the City Museum investigating the death of the mayor. We're gonna move on in a second. I'm still sort of paying my respects to this guard. Alright. Now I did actually want to cut him down, you know, so he's not just hanging there, but unfortunately we can't seem to do that.
That's too bad.
Yeah, let's just move forward. This guy here doesn't see us, and apparently doesn't know about the hanging guy around the corner. So we're going to try and use our new stealthy mechanics and sneak up on him. The slower you move, the quieter you are. But watch out for the broken glass, because it'll make noise when you walk over it.
Well.
Yeah, so much for that. Before we move on, there's actually a TV back here we want to take a watch on.
With the museum's grand opening cancelled due to the death of the mayor, local residents wonder if the battle to regain the city they once knew has been lost. At the scene is Tony Rhodes. Tony, what do you make of this? Tony?
Yes, Sarah. I'm now a block away from the museum and have seen the unthinkable. Looters scurrying away from the museum, arms loaded with priceless objects of antiquity. It appears the museum has been targeted by these thieves, some literally wearing artifacts out on their persons. Excuse me, sir. Care to make a comment about the latest event? Craziest damn thing! A goddamn Sir Lancelot rolling down the street, knights in armor and shit! Even had a fucking sword!
Well, that was a rather colourful description. Thank you, Tony. This is City News.
That TV is actually a little bit useful. It tells us that the crazies are going to have swords and armor and shit, apparently.
Yeah, and possibly leaving.
Well, some of them are. Now, one thing here, we're not allowed to kill the guards, but that doesn't mean they can't die. If the crazy people kill them, we don't actually get penalized. So as bad as it sounds, a lot of the time it's just easier to let them get killed, as long as we don't do it.
Oh, but you can totally save that guy.
No, we only have one weapon, and if we throw it, we'll only hit one. Oh.
Look at that armor.
Yeah, it actually does give him more health. We keep doing these right-handed swings, and it actually doesn't do as much damage as it normally would.
Yeah. Right off there.
Yep. And we want to take out that sonic emitter before we move on. Now let's see the weapon he was carrying. A warhammer.
Sick.
This thing does a ton of damage. Luckily in that fight we knocked it out of his hands. If he holds onto it, he can do a serious assload of damage.
I was hoping we get to go through the weapons room and see what kind of weapons we can pick up.
Yeah, actually the whole rest of this level pretty much will be using cool weapons. Now
It reminds me of Diablo.
This enemy here is kind of cool. These girls with spray paint. We'll see some graffiti throughout the level, and I guess it's indicated it's supposed to be them. But they're really fast.
If that's not sexual, then I don't know what it is.
What part?
Just her shaking the cam like that for like 2 minutes.
No, it's a shake weight. She's working out.
Work it out.
But if they run away, you will not be able to catch them. And you may think it's okay to sort of leave them, but they will come up behind you when you least expect it. So, yeah.
Like those stupid mannequins.
Exactly. So, take them out when you can.
Guy's in a hurry.
Yeah. Now look over there. That looks like blood.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. A quick check of our GPS is going to tell us that that is in fact our objective. But we can't get over there from here. We need to find a way around.
Can't jump up there?
Nope, there's no jump button.
But there's... Okay.
And it doesn't give us an A button prompt to do it.
Okay.
Scumbag!
You just call us a scumbag?
Yep.
It's pretty hypocritical.
Yeah, it is. One other thing I forgot to mention. These girls with the spray paint cans, if you stand far back from them, they will occasionally light a lighter and fire a jet of flame at you.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it can be kind of surprising though, and it really fucks you up. Now, all these guys with like swords and armor and shit, at this point, if you're not tasing them and then just hitting them once to finish them off, you're doing it wrong. Every single fight with these guys is potentially lethal.
You're not tasing him right now, though.
No, well, I'm trying to get finishing moves on these guys.
You're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I guess I am. Speaking of doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Hey, long throws are hard. You try hucking a sword that far.
Let me go get my sword.
Oh. Look at this guy.
Didn't notice a thing.
Yeah, the guards don't actually really have different AI. They still do the crazy guy jumping around and stuff. And actually, if you let them, they will pick up weapons and try and kill you with them. Which is not cool.
It's dedication to their job.
And go to sleep.
If only you could take his badge and flash him to get in places.
You think maybe since we're working with, the FBI, they could have given us one.
Yeah, that's true.
And here's some of that spray paint I was talking about earlier. All over the walls. And this one actually leads us somewhere.
Thomas, I just got a high priority message for you. An undisclosed department head has requested that you take photos of several artifacts within the museum. He's gonna upload their positions for you on your GPS.
So, pretty much everything about that conversation is sketchy as hell. Some anonymous higher-up wants us to take pictures of the museum we're trespassing in.
Yeah, that we're not supposed to be in.
Yeah, and the artifacts are actually these weird metal things on these statues. Right around the mouth area.
I believe we call those braces?
Pretty close. But they're reminiscent of some of the harder bad guys in the first Condemned, the sort of paranormal enemies, had these metal things all over their jaw. So it's...
I'm not very familiar with Condemned 1.
No, and it wasn't all the enemies that had it, only a few of them. The easiest one is probably the final boss. You actually rip a piece of metal out of his jaw. But it's obviously related.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you could totally save him.
Yeah, the problem is trying to save him, we would honestly be more likely to get him killed. Or at least killed by our hand.
Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be good.
No.
Yeah, battle axe. Too bad you can't put on a suit of armor.
Yeah, that'd be pretty helpful actually.
Oh, pile of bricks.
Yep. And our spectrometer's going off, so that can only mean one thing.
Gotta throw some bricks.
Yeah, this one's actually a pretty hard target. And you don't want to be throwing swords because those are more useful. Check that out.
Like a boss.
Little League MVP.
Oh, birds. I've seen that movie.
I didn't find it that scary.
It wasn't, but now every time I see large swarms of birds, I get kind of creeped out.
Fair enough. But we find our way to the tool exhibit, which is one small room compared to the couple big floors of the weapons exhibit. But it's not supposed to have this much blood. First thing we want to do is take some pictures of these weird metal pieces we
Receiving
find.
image. Nice work. Looks gruesome. Are we sure it's even blood and not red paint? Get a sample so we can determine one way or another.
I have a feeling that Ethan knows what blood looks and feels like.
Yeah. Or tastes
And
like,
while
at
you're
least.
at it, collect a sample of those weird-looking
Pretty sure they
metal
teach you
pieces.
not to taste the blood at a crime scene.
Shh.
Receiving sample data from your field kit now. Let's see. Blood type is AB negative, which is the same as Rachel Mars. Less than 1% of adults have this type, so I would say we have a match. Alright, now let's take a look at those metal pieces. Evidence sample consists of thin metal strips and small bolt-shaped pins. Alloy properties similar to Damascus steel, but does not match known foundry formulas. Blood, human tissue, and bone fragments are present on all surfaces of sample.
Now this is a hard one to get the right answer to.
Any evidence the metal pieces came from Rachel Mars' body?
Yes. The coroner has found extensive scar tissue throughout her body and bored holes in her bones, matching the dimensions of the metal pieces you discovered. I'd say Rachel Mars had a secret, and it may have gotten her killed.
What? Some sort of fucked up masochistic lifestyle?
Whatever it was, it looked painful. The pathology report will tell us if she was abusing painkillers. Ethan, the cops are on their way. We finally managed to get a warrant to search the rest of the museum. Get to the main lobby if you can.
Finally.
Yeah, so apparently she had all these weird metal pieces, like, implanted in her bones.
Maybe she's had like a replacement head.
Pretty sure they'd be able to tell if it was a hip replacement.
Maybe she got it in like a back alley.
Back alley hip replacements.
Yeah. Not as common as back alley boob jobs, but...
Well, I think it's pretty fucked up.
It sounds pretty fucked up. And if it's anything like the first one that you're talking about, maybe she was a bad guy.
Here's another guard we could potentially save, but we're just going to, not.
Holy.
Yeah, that's a damn good throw. Hell yes.
Throwing axes at people.
Before we move on, this is another way we can get between the inside of the museum and the outside. And there's a item box that has health kits and also batteries for our stun gun.
Thank goodness.
It's a nice little cache. There's a whole bunch of names here. I assume it's, you know, people who worked on the game, but I don't know for sure. Unfortunately, the artifacts they want you to take pictures of never change. It'd be cool if they were all kind of different, but it's all the same little weird jaw mouth thing.
Retainers.
Sure. Medieval retainer.
Straighten those teeth. Well. had a feeling that wouldn't work.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I know a boss when I see one.
Jump on him.
Nope, no, we're trying to get away from him. Well, yeah, I don't think we're going to win a fight against that guy, so we're going to try and avoid him as long as possible.
Sounds good. Wait for some backup.
Backup.
Can tell it doesn't happen much in this game, but
Nope, not really.
what with how they left you and all. Oh, can you use the crossbow?
Yep, you can actually.
That is bitchin'.
It's funny because it counts as a firearm, and if you hit them in the head, their head will explode.
And you can holster it?
You can holster it. Also,
But we're not going to.
well, we are in a second, but for some reason in this level the crossbows also automatically reload themselves, and I didn't exactly notice that that one did it, so I threw it away.
Let's see.
Yeah, but there's a whole bunch of them all over the place, so we're just going to pick up another one. And then we'll holster it.
Hello again.
Yep, and I'm not sure it's going to be as easy to get away from him this time.
That was quite the charge.
He's a big guy. And the crossbow's not doing so good against him.
So let's throw it at him.
Now, unfortunately this guy's not actually that original. He follows a pretty standard boss mechanic.
Get stuck so we can shoot him in the face.
So we can shoot him in the back.
Ah.
Yeah, he loses a big chunk of his armor. And now we just gotta get one good shot on his weak point to take him down. But now we get to do something kind of cool.
Yeah.
This is how police works.
Who needs guns? Got a two-handed axe.
Yep.
You're looking more beat up every time I see you.
I think I overstayed my welcome.
I found something when investigating Van Horn's body.
Metal pieces?
No, something better. I found traces of fecal matter on his shoes. Let me finish. It belongs to an endangered deer species found only in the Black Lake region.
You mean the wildlife preserve up north?
Yeah, I figure the best way to track SKX is to start with Van Horn and work our way back.
Seems like a long shot if you ask me.
2-hour flight tops. I'll make the arrangements for a plane to take you there.
All right. I could use some sleep.
Good. Dorland here has volunteered to take you.
What do you hope to find up there? The target just boarded the plane.
Alright.
Something's going on.
Yeah, you may not notice this by now. You know, it's a little subtle, but Dorland's not a good guy.
Well, maybe he is a good guy.
Could
Maybe we're the bad guy.
Maybe we'll find
When
out.
we were talking to that police chief guy, he seemed to think like someone wasn't quite on their side.
Yeah, that is a little confusing. He's in on it.
He's worried about LaRue.
Maybe. Now then, the upgrade for this level is the most useless one in the game. The different levels allow you to drop more waypoints. 1 more at bronze and 3 more at gold. I don't use the GPS, and honestly, I would not believe if anyone else told me they did. It's useless. So, we're never going to be dropping waypoints in our GPS, so we will never see this upgrade.
We're men, we don't need a map.
Exactly, you never ask for directions.
Never.
Anyway, next time we're going to be taking a little bit of a field trip.
I thought the museum was the field trip.
Okay, another field trip, how's that?
Alright.
Alright. See you guys next time.